Hello, Mark Stott with HurricaneTrack.com here with your Hurricane Pro and HD video blog for the second day of July 2013. Not much to talk about in the Atlantic, so we'll jump right over to the Pacific to start, where we have Tropical Storm Delilah and Invest Area 97E right here. Delilah sitting off the coast of Mexico, small tropical storm, going to make that left turn to the west and actually south of west as stronger high pressure builds in over this region, shoving Delilah down to the south. Here's a hemispheric satellite shot. I wanted to show you this because you can see how small Delilah is in the scheme of things. It could easily fit right inside the state of Texas with plenty of room to spare. So not a large tropical storm at all. Here's the other disturbance trying to take shape, Invest Area 97E. And just real quick, what does that mean, an invest area? Well, when you get an area of suspect weather, such as this right here, or when Delilah was itself just a suspect area, instead of calling everything a suspect area number 1, suspect area number 2, you get the idea. The Hurricane Center and the different tropical cyclone tracking branches around the world have adopted this naming scheme where we give the systems a number, 90 through 99, so it's a numbering system, 90 through 99, and then in the case of the Eastern Pacific, the letter E for Eastern Pacific. If it was in the Atlantic, it would have the letter L, so like 92L or 93L, something like that. So it's just an area of disturbed weather that warrants more attention or investigation. So it's Invest Area 97E, and it's looking like it might try to develop. We'll look at that in just a moment. First, Delilah, check this out. The track's going to bend to the south of due west. Due west is 270 degrees, so this is going to track south of that and eventually get over cooler water, it looks like, and gradually die away without posing any more issues for the coast of Mexico. It's very small in size, so that's helping to keep the clouds and the showers at a minimum there. Now for Invest 97E, way down here near the Gulf of Tehuantepec, which is right there, it's forecast by most of the models to turn on a more parallel track to the Mexican coastline, eventually turning back to the west. But this one could pose more of a threat to the coast of Mexico than Delilah did. So over the next few days, interest along the Pacific coast of Mexico, you want to keep an eye on what's going on with 97E, as it might be more of an impact maker for the coast of Mexico. We'll certainly be watching that closely as well. In the Atlantic Basin, everything is nice and quiet. Check this out. This is just like a blanket. All that white. I mean, it looks like cotton. Puffy clouds, very indicative of stable air, just like a cap or a blanket put on a fire, especially a wet blanket. That would pretty much do it, depending on the fire, right? But you get the idea. This is very much a signal of stability out here across the tropical Atlantic. High pressure nosing its way down at the surface, literally keeping a lid on things. Very stable air mass, dry air in place. And we really don't look out in this area this time of year anyway. Still about a month away. Over in the western part of the Atlantic Basin and then the southeast portion of the Eastern Pacific, that's where the instability, the moisture is located. Luckily, we don't have anything brewing in the Atlantic Basin. This is all just cloud cover associated with a tropical wave and an old stalled frontal boundary. Lots and lots of moisture and humidity around, but nothing coming together as far as tropical cyclone development. The Madden-Julian Oscillation kind of confused. As you can see here, this is several different models from the GFS ensemble to the Canadian, all the way through the ECMWF, the UK Met. Several different models lumped together here, showing the MJO, or that upward motion phase, really confused here in the early part of July, from the GFS showing sort of a retrograde motion going back to the opposite direction from whence it came, to the Euro kind of hanging out in the low amplitude phase 2 area, maybe over to phase 3. Bottom line, it's very convoluted. You even have, looks like the UK Met there going off into no man's land. When you get it inside the circle, the amplitude or the strength of the MJO is negligible. So just, I think it really says, hey, not much is going to happen over the next couple of weeks, and that will be that. I guess we should take it, because in August and September, climatology will begin to shift substantially in the favor of development, and we'll have that going against us with all the other favorable parameters that are out there, the warm sea surface temperatures compared to average, and other factors that we see that are supposed to enhance this hurricane season. Eventually, they're all going to conspire together, and we're going to have lots and lots to talk about. For now, though, things are generally quiet, and we'll take it. Have a good rest of your Tuesday. I'm Mark Sudduth again for HurricaneTrack.com. Always a privilege and an honor to do these videos for Hurricane Pro and Hurricane HD. I'll see you again tomorrow.